Welcome to Wormhole Fundamentals 2.0, a revision to the original series of videos from Adhocracy Incorporated that will explain each facet of wormhole space and its mechanics in the universe of EVE Online. Variable connectivity is the most fundamental property of W-space. Each W-space system has at least one static wormhole. Class 2 and 4 systems each have 2 statics. The type of static is limited by the class of wormhole in which the static is found. Classes 1, 2, and 3 will always have a static that leads somewhere in known space. These can be either high-sec, low-sec, or null-sec statics. Class 2 wormholes have a second static that will lead to another wormhole system of any class. Class 4 wormholes have 2 statics that both lead into other wormhole space systems of any class. The highest class wormholes, 5 and 6, both have one static that leads to another wormhole space system. Class 5 wormholes are statistically more likely to have Class 5 statics, with the second most popular being Class 6, and Class 6 wormholes are statistically more likely to have Class 5 and 6 statics. Class 4 wormholes are equally likely to link to any class of wormholes. This leads to a Class 5 superhighway that gets formed because of the large interconnection between Class 5s and themselves, with the occasional Class 6 mixed in. To escape from deep W-space, one must typically scan down the static chain. It is possible to find yourself in a static loop, with no connection to K-space in a higher class wormhole. However, most times a wormhole will be found that is of lower class, and scanning can continue from there. When looking for an exit, the best strategy is to continuously look for lower class 1 through 3 wormholes, which will always have a static connection to known space. All wormholes have certain mass limitations that dictate what kinds of ships can jump through them. Most wormhole connections between C5, C6, low-sec, and null-sec are capable of supporting capital ships jumping through them. Connections in lower class space, 4 and below, do not allow capital ships to pass. Only battleships and lighter ships can transit these connections. Class 1 wormhole connections will only permit battlecruiser or lower weight ships to pass. A special type of dynamic wormhole is the frigate hole, which only allows frigate and destroyer-sized ships to pass. A completely different type of wormhole is the shattered wormhole. Shattered wormholes will always have at least one K-space static connection, and they will usually have multiple dynamic connections to K-space and W-space. A special case all by itself is Thera. It has on average 25 wormhole links to known and unknown space. These links tend to be spread out across all of New Eve, and as a result, it is very reasonable to expect at least one link from your current region, or at least within 20 jumps of you. These characteristics make it a fantastic tool to cover large distances in small amounts of time. For more information, you can visit the wormhole sections of both the EVE Online Wiki and the EVE University Wiki. Thanks for watching this episode of Wormhole Fundamentals. Stay tuned for future videos that will give an in-depth look at each aspect of wormhole life.